good afternoon. Welcome to podFlow1 with me, Jessica. I hope you guys are all having a lovely Memorial Day weekend and enjoying this beautiful sunshine. We're still in our spring flow for now, so all of our flows change with the seasons, as you've probably noticed. So we're really talking about rooting in, planting those seeds to bloom in summer, and to find that center line within ourselves. So I thought I would start class with, I've been reading Untamed by Glennon Doyle. I feel like a lot of my female companions have, but even for males, it's helpful. And just kind of offer up something that you might want to think about during your practice today. So she says, I've learned that if I want to rise, I have to sink first. I have to search for and depend upon the voice of inner wisdom instead of voices for outer approval. This saves me from living someone else's life. It also saves me a hell of a lot of time and energy. I just do the next thing the knowing guides me towards, one thing at a time. I don't ask for permission first, which is just a grown-up way to live. The best part is this. The knowing is beyond and beneath language. So I have no language to use to translate to anyone. Since it doesn't use words to explain itself to me, I quit using words to explain myself to the world. This is the most revolutionary thing a woman can do. The next precise thing, one thing at a time, without asking permission or offering explanation. This way of life is thrilling. So I hope that you take some time today to enjoy your practice and let yourself sink in, be present, be here now. Let go of what you had to do before this or what you had to do after this. So we're going to start by lying on our backs with the soles of our feet together in Supta Baddha Konasana, which is wide butterfly leg pose, so like this. And I'm going to help you begin to breathe. So with your soles of your feet together, placing one hand over your heart and one hand over your stomach, we're going to work on our Samavriti breath, which is equal part breath. So breathing in for a count of 4, holding, breathing out for a count of 4, and holding. So let's do it together. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, and inhaling, 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhaling, 1, 2, 3, 4. And begin to do that on your own. Maybe you expand your breath count to 6 if you can. Maybe it's less. But either way, focusing on the set of each breath, making sure that it's equal. Continue to do 3 more rounds of breath. Allowing pause at the top of every inhale and the bottom of every exhale. Letting the monkey mind go. Watching your thoughts like thought bubbles. And when you've completed your 3rd round of breath, just begin to breathe normally. melting into your heart space, into your mat. Centering yourself. Then, tucking your knees into your chest, begin to rock and roll. Massaging out the spine. Until coming onto your hands and knees into tabletop pose. Making sure your shoulders are over wrists, hips over knees. We're going to roll through a few cat-cows. So on your inhale, dropping the belly, expanding the chest, crown of the head towards the sky, cat or cow. And then exhaling, really tucking that tailbone, tucking it in, curling up the stomach like a string is coming out of your spine and hanging from the ceiling and pulling you up. Tucking the neck and the head and the chin. Constricting your throat chakra. And then inhaling into cow. Exhaling cat. Inhaling cow. Exhaling cat. And begin to move with your own breath. Organically, you can continue doing cat-cows or maybe waving your hips from side to side. Coming back into child's pose and up. Just making sure that your movement matches your breath. Constricting on the exhales, expanding on the inhales. Just really beginning to lubricate the spine. Prepare yourself for class. Maybe a few neck rolls. Being gentle and careful. And then placing our hands about an inch in front of us, curling the toes, and popping the hips up back into downward facing dog. And this is the first downward facing dog of class, so feel free to walk out your dog. Really stretching the legs, finding length in the side body. The most important piece is to make sure that the length from your arms to your tailbone is straight. It doesn't matter how deep the bend in the knees needs to be, as long as that line of energy from the tail of your spine to the tips of your fingers is as straight as you can get it. And I'm pretty tight today, so like my heels are off the ground, my knees are bent. I'm working my heels towards the ground, but that's the goal, not part of the journey. And then slowly walking your feet towards your hands to the front of your mat, hanging in a forward fold. You can do ragdoll, clasping your elbows or keeping your hands on the mat, placing your hands behind your head. And breathe. Truly breathe. Take an inhale and set your hands on the mat, lifting up onto your fingertips. And exhale, totally forward fold in, placing your chest against your thighs. Inhale, root to rise, extended mountain pose. We're going to work through a few sun A's. I'm going to face you just for camera's sake. Bringing hands through heart center on your exhale. Inhale, hands overhead. Exhale, reverse swan dive down. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, hands overhead. Really reach, reach, reach for the sky. Exhale, hands through heart center. Rooting in. Inhale, reverse swan dive. And exhale on your way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Fingertips stay on the ground. Spine is straight. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees as much as you need to place your chest against your thighs. Inhale, root to rise. Last one. Hands overhead. Exhale, hands through heart center. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale, reverse swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, come back into a plank pose. There's several chaturangas through class. This will be the first. Feel free to take it from your knees or from plank pose or skip it all together. But from plank, take an inhale, pitch forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale and an open mouth exhale. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, sweep through, low lunge, right foot, right thumb. Really finding that nice 90-degree angle with your leg. Knee is over ankle, not forward in front of the toes. Take an inhale and come back into a modified pyramid, straightening that front leg, bringing your hands back in order to support you. If you need a prop, you can use a pillow on either side. You can use books. You can use, if you have a block, you can use that too. I've used jars before. Whatever to support you to give you a nice long spine. But breathing in, still working my back left heel into the earth. Keeping a slight micro bend in my front right knee so that I'm not locking it. Take another inhale and exhale, lunge. Bring my hands back forward. Pushing power through my back heel so this back leg is straight and strong. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, lunge. This time planting the hands, bringing the right foot back to meet the left, and flowing through your version of chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhaling the left leg high this time. Exhaling, sweeping through left foot, left thumb, low lunge. Take a minute to find your positioning here. Adjust the hands, make sure that your alignment is correct. Your legs are on train tracks, not on a tightrope. Inhale, reverse. Really feeling that stretch. Breathe here for a couple of breaths. Feels good. And on your next exhale, sliding forward, low lunge. Maybe adjusting the hands, maybe not. Taking a few breaths here in low lunge, pressing power out through your back right heel, rooting into the earth through your left foot, all four corners. Inhaling, reverse, modified pyramid. Taking a few breaths here again, settling into the posture. Inhale, slide forward. Breathing, exhaling. Last time, modified pyramid. Breathing into this side, really feeling that stretch. On your next exhale, come into a low lunge, Place your hands on the mat, bring your left foot back to meet your right, and pitch forward. YogaPodFC. Taking 3 deep breaths here. Moving into the first part of our roots series, lifting your right leg high. Inhale, exhale, knee to nose, really curl in, tuck the chin, tuck the nose in as close to your knee as you can get it, tuck the tailbone and curl through the spine. Inhale, raise that right leg back up high. Exhale, sweep through, low lunge. This time, hands or foot between the hands. So you can pivot that back left foot down and cartwheel up into warrior 2. So really finding that bend, making sure that, again, just like in lunge, my heel or my knee is not going in front of my toes. My back left leg is strong. My arms come out wide, and it feels like I'm pinching a pencil in between my shoulder blades. Not letting my right leg swoop inwards. Rather keeping it out and strong and breathing. On your next inhale, flipping your palm and reversing your warrior. Little to no weight in that back left hand, making sure that you feel a long line of energy from the right fingertips all the way through the right toes. Take another deep inhale and lengthen through your fingertips. Reach, reach, reach. And exhale, warrior 2. Straightening that front leg, preparing for triangle. Reaching forward before tick-tocking the arms. Bringing yourself to 6 and 12. Breathe. Triangle. On your next inhale, reverse your triangle. Breathing in reverse triangle. Now your next exhale, bring your arms to a T parallel to the feet. Take a nice deep inhale, expand the chest. Exhale, forward fold. And making sure that your legs are engaged, so your kneecaps are raised. You're putting pressure on all 4 points of your feet. So the balls of your feet and the heels of your feet on each side evenly, weight is distributed. Breathing here. You can pull your arms through, grab your toes, whatever feels good in your body today. Take 2 more breaths. On your next inhale, halfway lift. And on your exhale, crawl your hands to the front of the mat into a low lunge. Right knee's bent, left leg is back. Bring your right leg back to meet your left into plank and flow through your YogaPodfc. Moving into the other side. Lift your left leg high, reach it towards the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, crunch, crunch, crunch. Inhale, lift it high. Exhale, sweep through, low lunge. Finding that alignment again, but this time bringing your foot between your hands so you can pivot your back right foot up into a warrior 2. Making sure to find that heel to arch alignment, sealing the outer right knife edge of your foot into the mat. Deep bend in the front left knee, creating a 90-degree angle. Hands are parallel. Breathe. Take 2 more breaths. Now your next inhale, flipping your palm and reversing your warrior. Breathing into that left side body, really feeling that length. Your left fingertips are reaching for the sky behind you. Take 2 breaths here. Then exhaling your arms back into warrior 2. Take an inhale and straighten that front leg. Exhale, reach forward as far as you can before tick-tocking your arms into triangle. Bringing them to 6 and 12. Your left forearm is putting pressure into your left calf, not your knee, maybe your thigh, depending on your body shape. Little to no weight in that left hand. On your next inhale, reverse your triangle, leaving that front knee straight, bringing length into that left side body, reaching. Take 1 more inhale, and exhale, arms to a T, parallel the feet. Inhale, expand your chest, and exhale, forward fold. YogaPodfc. This time we're going to do a few twists. So placing your right hand in between your feet, putting most of the pressure into it, and then lifting your left arm towards the sky, as straight as you can. Take another inhale, and exhale, bring it down to the mat, switching sides, inhaling your right arm towards the sky. And exhaling it back down towards the mat. Now take 2 more breaths here. Really settling into the stretch on the second side. Now your next inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, crawl your hands back towards the front of the mat into a low lunge. Bring your left foot back to meet your right. This time I'll demonstrate for my knees. So pitching forward, take an inhale, exhale, chest all the way to the mat. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, back down to the mat. Inhale, tuck the toes and work your way back into a downward facing dog. Breathe. Now we're going to flow through that same series, 1 breath to 1 movement. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale it high. Exhale, sweep through, low lunge, foot between hands. Inhale, warrior 2. Take another exhale. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, warrior. Inhale, triangle. Bring your leg back. Exhale, tick-tock your arms. Pitch forward. This is actually triangle. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, hands to a T. Parallel the feet. Inhale, deep into the lungs. Exhale, forward fold. YogaPodfc. Breathe. Take 2 breaths here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, crawl the hands to the front of the mat. Low lunge. Bring your right foot back to meet your left. Take an inhale and flow through your YogaPodfc. Moving into the left side. Lift your left leg high. Inhale, exhale, knee to nose. Inhale it high. Exhale, sweep through, low lunge. Inhale, warrior two. Take one settling breath here. Now on your next inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, warrior. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Exhale, tick-tock into triangle. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, tee your arms, parallel the feet. Then take a deep, inviting breath into the lungs. And forward fold, exhaling on your way down. Take two cleansing breaths here. Inhaling through the nose and letting all the air out through your mouth. Inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Take another inhale and halfway lift. Exhale, crawl your hands to the front of the mat, framing your foot. Bring left back to meet right and flow through your Chaturanga Dandasana or just meet in downward facing dog. We'll take 3 breaths here to recalibrate ourselves. And then using your core strength, walking your hands back towards your feet while you're still in forward fold. Rising up to extended mountain. And now we'll work on our first balancing posture of practice. So in the spring series, we work on these balancing postures because they help root us into the ground. So the first one is tree. Fitting. We'll start with our left leg. So to give yourself strength in that left leg, lift up all of your toes and root down from the heel all the way to the balls of the feet. Then one at a time, place the toes back down. You should feel strong and driven throughout this left leg now. And there's 3 different adjustments that you can do. So one, right here, that's just fine. If that's where you're at today, it's cool. The second one is your calf. And the third one is above the knee, making sure not to put it on the knee and in the thigh. Finding your drishti and whatever hand movement feels good to you, whether that's hands together, whether that's growing your branches, cactus, mudras, whatever feels good. And we're going to take 5 deep breaths to ourselves right now. So focus on that drishti, that point of concentration. And breathe. Your last inhale and exhale, gently letting your right foot out, shaking it out. I'm sure you're doing a great job. If you fall out of it, come right back in. There's no shame in the game. Moving into the right side of tree. So again, really finding power in that right leg, leaning all of your weight into it, lifting up all 5 toes so that you can properly root down between the heel and the balls of the feet, and then slowly rolling your toes down to create a really stable environment for tree. Then moving your left leg slowly, deliberately, with control into the position that feels best for you today. Again, taking 5 deep breaths on this side. Your last breath, inhaling and exhaling, slowly releasing your left foot with control, shaking it out. And then coming back and finding ourselves in downward facing dog. Taking one deep cleansing breath here, inhaling as deep as you can into the lungs. Taking one extra sip of air, and then open mouth, exhale, let it all out. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale it high. Exhale, right knee, right tricep. Really tuck it in as high as you can. Inhale it high. Exhale, sweep through, low lunge. Again, through the center of the hands. Not through the center of the hand. Right foot, right thumb this time. We're working towards crescent. So bringing that left heel high, making sure alignment is good on your right leg. And then scissoring those muscles in your inner thighs and your core to bring yourself up. Into crescent. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale, flying crescent. Inhale, rise. Exhale, flying crescent. Inhale, rise. Exhale, open arm twist to the right. This requires balance. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, hands to the mat. Bring your right foot back to meet your left. And pitch forward, Chaturanga-Dandasana. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale it high. Exhale, left knee, left tricep. Really tuck it in. Inhale it high. Exhale, sweep through, low lunge, left foot, left thumb. Preparing for crescent. Find that strength. Find your alignment. Then on your next inhale, rise up, full crescent. Take another inhale and exhale, flying crescent. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, flying crescent. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, flying crescent. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, open arm twist towards the left. Breathing here, challenging your balance, keeping that right leg straight, not allowing the right knee to drop. And inhaling back to center. And exhaling, hands to the mat. Going into your version of Chaturanga, knees or plank or skipping it all together. We'll meet in downward facing dog. When you arrive, take one deep inhale and open mouth exhale. Let it all out. And now we'll do that same series, one breath to one movement. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale it high. Exhale, right knee, right tricep. Inhale it high. Exhale, sweep through, low lunge. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, flying crescent. Chest to thigh. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, flying crescent. Work those triceps towards each other. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, open arm twist to the right. Inhale, crescent. Exhale. hands to the mat, right foot back to meet left, Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale it high. Exhale, left knee, left tricep. Inhale it high. Exhale, sweep through, low lunge, left foot, left hand. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, flying crescent. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, flying crescent. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, open arm twist towards the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, hands to the mat. Left foot back to meet right. Flow through your Chaturanga Dandasana. Meeting in downward facing dog. Take a deep breath. Exhale out all the air. And then pitching forward into plank. We'll be here for a minute. I'll time you now. Time has started. And breathe. Our breath is our best tool. It gets us through stress, through anxiety, through trauma. Try to puff up your shoulders. And if you need to come down on your knees, let yourself but come right back into it. You're almost halfway there. Over halfway there. Keep breathing. 5 more deep breaths. Last deep inhale and exhale. Drop to the mat. Place your hands underneath your head like a pillow. And let yourself relax for just one moment. Thank your body for the effort that it just put into that plank. And breathe. And as you're ready, place your hands underneath your shoulders. Curl the toes, popping up back into plank. And then slowly walking your feet towards your hands, the opposite this time. Hang in ragdoll for just 1 second. We're inhaling to rise into extended mountain pose. We're moving into our second standing series, which is Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana, which is big toe pose. So this is where it's helpful to have a belt or a bath towel robe. If you don't have enough flexibility to reach your toes, that can help you maintain the integrity of the posture and get the benefits of the posture without forcing yourself into a position that doesn't feel good. So we'll do the same thing that we did for tree pose. This time really rooting the left leg into the ground, lifting all 5 toes, really rooting in through the heel and the balls of the feet, and slowly putting the toes back down on the ground. Once you feel rooted within your left leg, you can reach and grab your toes. This is the first layer of this posture. And if this is all you can do, that's cool. The second layer is to put your toe out in front of you. And the third layer is to the side. Today I'm more here. So I'm going to stick with that for 5 breaths. Making sure your spine is straight, you're not bending over. On your last one, exhaling, coming back out the way you came in, shaking it out, wriggling the legs. Whew. Now moving on to the right side. So really rooting the right foot into the ground. Again, lifting up all 5 toes, really putting pressure into the heel and the ball evenly, then slowly putting your toes down to fully root yourself in. Once you feel centered, bringing your left peace fingers to meet your left toe, big toe, and coming into whatever variation feels good for you today. Breathing. Then releasing out the way that you came in, slowly and with intention, wriggling out. Take a big overhead stretch here, and then forward folding. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, come back into plank, and then into downward facing dog. This is a good time to take a knee, grab a sip of water. I'm going to show you our peak posture, which is Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. And this is where it is good to have some kind of prop. I'll show you. You can use just about anything. I'll use this vase. And we'll do a flow to actually get into our peak posture. So we'll have a couple of postures before we move into it. But the posture right before, the asana right before you get into half moon is extended side angle. So finding yourself an extended side angle, you'll bring whichever is your back foot in a foot or two. You'll begin to place weight into that forward facing foot so that you can slowly lift your back foot up. Using your prop in front will give you strength to be able to lift your back foot parallel with the ground, raising your other arm towards the sky, flexing the foot, finding strength in that grounding leg, and rotating the ribs towards the side. If you can do it against a wall, that can be really helpful for your alignment. So if you have that option, try it at least once. And that's half moon. So really bringing that strength into that lower grounding leg. Ardha means half, Chandrasana means moon. So we'll begin to work into that posture. So let's all meet in downward facing dog. We'll do both sides for evenness. And take a nice deep inhale here. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale it high. Exhale, sweep through, low lunge. Right foot, right hand. Inhale, warrior. I'm going to turn myself around just for camera's sake. Finding that heel to arch alignment. Take a nice deep exhale. And then inhale in a 5-pointed star. So paralleling the feet. Bring your hands overhead. And then exhaling, hands to heart center into horse. So really bringing that booty out. Knees are bent. Finding where it should kind of feel pressure, but not pain, is the hips. Horse is for hips. So maybe doing shoulder dips. Sometimes I just press my elbows into my thighs to bring them outwards. I have super tight hips. Maybe bouncing back and forth. Then finally finding stillness with hands and heart center. We're going to do 5 pulses. So pulsing your booty up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then inhaling into 5-pointed star. Exhaling into warrior 2. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, extended side angle. Preparing for half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Bring that right foot in. begin to lift onto your standing grounding leg. Bring it high. And then slowly and gently placing your back foot down, warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Exhaling, chaturanga dandasana. Bring your feet back to plank and flowing through. This time lifting your left leg high. Inhale, exhale, knee to nose. Inhale it high. Exhale, sweep through, low lunge, cartwheeling up into warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, five-pointed star, paralleling the feet. Taking a nice deep inhale and exhaling in a horse on the second side. Doing whatever movement feels good. Really work into and lubricate those hips. Then coming back to find stillness, bring your hands to heart center. We'll do 5 pulses again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Before inhaling into five-pointed star, exhaling into warrior two. Opposite side, but I did it both ways so that you could see it. Reaching into extended side angle, bringing that right leg in, and lifting into that standing leg. Bring your right leg high, flexing the foot, arm overhead. Breathe. Take 2 more breaths. Really lifting that leg as high as you can. And then slowly dropping it back down to the mat. Warrior two. Reverse your warrior. And exhaling into chaturanga dandasana. Last one of class, so make it strong. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing here in downward facing dog before coming to your knees. And then finding yourself in a seated position. We're going to take a couple of twists here, so staying in easy pose, feet crossed. Take an inhale and bring your right hand to your left knee, twisting towards the left. Exhaling and wringing out the spine. Taking a couple breaths here. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling opposite side. Left hand, right knee. Inhaling back to center. This time coming back into the way that we started class, Supta Baddha Konasana. So bring the soles of the feet together. Left hand over your heart, right hand over your stomach. And I like to sway my hips back and forth, massaging out the glutes, opening up the hips, allowing that lengthening. Until you can find stillness and a few breaths. Then bring your hands to the outside of your knees, helping them come back together. Bring your knees together and your soles of your feet mat width distance into constructive rest. So knees are hanging in together, doing the opposite action of the hip opening. And taking 5 deep breaths here. And on your last exhale, bringing the soles of your feet, your heels just out of distance of your hands. So preparing for bridge. So knees are up, feet are hip width distance apart, heels are slightly out of reach of the hands. And then lifting your pelvis towards the sky, rolling your shoulder blades underneath, and maybe even grasping your hands. Chin tucked. Breathing here. Breathing so deeply you can see your stomach moving up and down. Then rolling back down onto your spine. Take a nice inhale and exhale. Rolling your knees, windshield wipering them to the left and bringing your head to the right, doing a very gentle twist. Breathing. Now rolling your knees to the right, bringing your head to the left. Bringing your knees back to neutral. Coming into happy baby, so reaching for the soles of your feet. Knees are pushing into your armpits and the sides of your chest. Maybe you rock back and forth to give yourself a little massage. Smiling, because that's what happy babies do. Breathing air into any area that feels tight. Take 3 more deep rounds of breath. On your last exhale, bring your feet outstretched, arms outstretched, doing a full Superman final body stretch. And take note, scan yourself from fingertips to toes, running through your body. How do you feel? Taking one extra sip of air before exhaling into final Shavasana. And I'll time you, so just relax. I know it's easy when you're doing it from home to just quit at this part, but give yourself these last few minutes. Lay there, breathe. Hands up for receiving, hands down for grounding. you notice your thoughts start to wander, just bring them back to the mat. A few more minutes of tranquility. Beginning to find movement in your fingers and your toes. Coming back to your physical body. Rolling onto your right side or your left, whatever feels comfortable, into a supported fetal position. So your hand underneath your arm underneath your head, knees together. Then slowly pushing yourself up into easy pose, cross-legged, lotus. Take 3 deep breaths together. Inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Last one. Inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Bring your hands to heart center. Thanking your body, your soul. The light and love in me honors and sees the light and love in you. Namaste. Thanks for joining me and taking this time on your mat and for yourself. You deserve it, and I hope that you have a great rest of your weekend.
Bye.